All righty. Hold on one second. Let me just kill the volume on my phone. There we go. Last thing I had to do. Good evening, everybody. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you guys have had a good day. But all right. Um, Before we jump into anything, I just want to remind everybody that we are a very family friendly oriented channel. So I would ask you all to be kind in the comments and the chat. No racism, no nastiness. If you cannot abide by those very simple, easy rules, you will be booted out of here by those awesome people lit up in blue with the wrenches. We're just not going to have it. All right. So I would ask you all to be decent and we'll have a great chat. And we're going to jump around here. Obviously, we're going to be discussing several different things, a lot of concerning things happening, a lot of stuff is coming out. Um, and we're discussing all these things tonight. But a couple things I did, I have to. So today was this morning. It was just raining. The old saying, "Cats and dogs," right? Raining coming down. I was like, okay, this is a good day to stay home, not do anything. I didn't move any stone today because that was, I mean, literally until about noon, 1 o'clock, it was raining, and actually, it was just raining again right now. We're supposed to get a little bit of snow overnight, and but did you step in a puddle? I'll tell you what. Outside, the ground is so saturated; it is like ridiculous. It is ridiculous. But we're supposed to be cold tomorrow, which is okay. I hope it is, because then the ground will be harder. So that'll be a good thing. I definitely will be moving more stone tomorrow, if that's the case. I don't mind the cold. The cold don't really bother me that much, especially when you're working. I'll tell you right now, you will not be cold in a hurry. So okay, so anyway, so that is that. I got to tell you, yeah, hey Sharon, thank you very much. She said sorry about my Cowboys. You know what? You got to root for your team no matter what. Uh, you knew that was going to be a tough game, and it was. And Dak made a couple mistakes, and that realistically, if you look at it, that could be the difference in the game. So poodle, not puddle. Did I step on a poodle? I don't know what you mean. So all right. So anyway, well, I got to address this one first, and then we're going to get into the chat. Okay. So I had somebody today, and I love these type of comments because I find them comical, realistically, because anybody that knows me would know that this is not the thing. But anyway, this person was like, he goes, I'm not going to live my life in fear. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to have my steak and filet mignon and sit on the beach and enjoy my golden years and blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to be hiding up in the wet mountains and all this type of stuff and working myself to death. Well, first of all, so let me just address that really quickly, which is fine. He has a right to his opinion and it's perfectly fine. But I find it comical because I don't hide in the mountains. That's not what I'm doing. Actually really, really enjoy what I do. I love living this type of lifestyle off grid. To me, it's very enjoyable. It helps keep you young. It helps keep you moving and grooving. And so when people say those type of things, I know they don't watch the channel because they have no idea. I don't live in fear. See, here's the thing, and just so you guys, no matter how much you fret and worry and get yourself all worked up, we, the individuals out here in the country, have very little control over what's going to happen. Very little control. If the powers that be want us to go to war, we're going to war. Period. That's the bottom line. What control we do have is how we prepare for what may happen. That's the control that we have. As far as stopping people from doing anything, not going to happen. And if it went nuclear, that would really truly suck. It would really truly suck. But again, people would survive. They will continue to live their lives. They'll do what they have to do to survive. It would be a whole different kettle of fish than what they're used to. Now, some people couldn't handle that. Couldn't handle that. But you know, again, it's not about living in fear. It's about doing something that you enjoy, something that you are passionate about. And I don't care if it's painting. If that's your thing, like if you like to paint and you want to spend your golden years, if you will, sitting on a beach painting pictures of the sunset or whatever, great. If that works for you, fantastic. I'm not that type of person. I want to be busy. I want to have projects. I want to have things that I'm doing. I want to put myself in a situation, and for my family and my group to be in a situation for when that time comes that we're ready to do what we need to do, as much as we possibly can. I love lots of things, painting included. Hope I get that to that point. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. So it's just, I find it amazing that because, I don't live I guess it's, or what people would consider normal lifestyle, right? Because just don't paint yourself into a corner. Exactly, Mac. Exactly. Because I don't live that traditional lifestyle that we're expected to live, then I must be crazy or I must be out of my mind. Hey, Philip, glad to have you in the chat tonight. Um, it's about being passionate about what you enjoy, and so that's the way that is to me. So when people make those type of comments, I just actually kind of laugh because you know you go ahead and you do what you got to do, and I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do. I'm probably going to get a lot more satisfaction out of my life. I like being busy, and I don't consider I'm working myself to death. If I overdo it, I stop. You know what I mean? My body tells me, Steve and I did 2 loads of gravel yesterday. Okay. And I told him after the second load, I said, we're done. That's it. I said, I've had it. So if I could consistently get, a couple loads of gravel a day, then good. You know what I mean? Yeah. You move at your own pace, JJ. Exactly. You have to, number one, you better listen to your body. I know that the day that I did 3 loads of gravel, because what I did 2 loads in the morning by myself, and then I had Steve help me with another load in the afternoon. I was done. I was done that day. But I'm trying to get that thing squared away down there. It needs it, and so that's it. Do you think that mutually assured destruction is keeping both sides from pressing the button? Uh, Prepper Zipper One, good, very good question. I would hope Prepper Zipper One, I would hope that rational heads will prevail and realize that if it did go nuclear, that nobody wins, that nobody wins. Because here, obviously an atomic bomb has not been dropped since World War II, right? We all know that. I mean, if you pay attention, let me rephrase that. An atomic bomb has not been dropped on another country. We've done nuclear tests. Come on, Hella, stop. Just come on, out of there. Um, we've done nuclear tests. Russia's done nuclear tests. Other countries have done nuclear tests. So bombs have been, we did it out in Nevada, in the desert, and all those type of things. But a bomb has not been dropped in anger. Let's put it like that, on another country since 44, 45, whatever it was. I think it's 45. And so it is, hopefully cooler heads will prevail in the long run. I just I don't get what we're like now. We've just agreed to send 31 Abrams tanks into Ukraine. Germany, who was hinging on, they didn't want to be the ones making the call, said they're not going to send tanks unless the U.S. sends tanks, and now Germany is going to send 14 tanks. Poland said they're also going to send tanks. So I guess they're getting like 63 tanks altogether. Now, again, and listen, and I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not on this side. I'm not on that side. I'm just looking at it from the perspective. If I am a Russian mother or a Russian father, and my child, male or female, is off fighting in the war, okay? And other countries are interfering with that and providing armaments that are used to kill our children, right? You would be pissed. I would be pissed. All right. So that's the thought way I'm looking at things. And so with all of that that's going on, I'm sitting here going, and Russia's basically saying, if you do this, you're going to accelerate things. And just oh, Chris, okay. All right, man. Cool. Very cool. Yes, we did talk on the phone. But you know, w- w- I don't know for sure, and I'm not speculating, and I'm not saying that this is the case, but I wonder what does Zelensky have that's making our U.S. government so willing to continue to ship all kinds of money, all kinds of weapons, and stuff like that over there. That's what bothers me. That's what bothers me because I'm like, you know, is there something going on that we don't know about where they're like, hey, listen, you need to do this or that, or we're going to expose this or that. I'm not saying that that is the case, but it makes me wonder. It makes me think about those type of things. And yeah, Billy the Kid Norris said, I have nothing against the Russian people. I don't either. I don't have anything against anybody. You know, on a whole, and when I say at the end of my live streams or end of my videos that we're all in this together, we're one race called the human race, it's because we are. It don't matter what country. Let me just give you a fundamental fact. All right, fundamental fact. Don't matter what country you're in. Don't matter where you live around the world. The general population. I'm not talking about the people in control. I'm not talking about the people that want war. I'm talking about Joe average citizen all around the world. They want to take care of their families. They want to be able to make a decent living. They want to be able to have food on the table, and they want to be able to take care of the things that they want to take care of. I don't care what color they are or what language they speak. Fundamentally, the average citizen, that's what they want. So why am I going to sit here and be like, oh, well, screw the Russians, let's bomb them into the Stone Age. Screw the Chinese, let's bomb them into the Stone Age. Because our government says this is the enemy, right? Remember, Al Qaeda. Al Qaeda was the big boogeyman for how long? How long were they the big boogeyman? And oh, just a reminder, who do we give Afghanistan right back to? Right? Who do we give it back to? And oh my God, lo and behold, surprise, surprise, they've degraded women's rights over there once again over in Afghanistan. What a shock. I can't believe it. Right? It's just, but these guys were the enemy because, our government told us they were the enemy. So we went over. It's just like Vietnam, right? When they talked about that, I'm going to go to Vietnam and kill the yellow man, right? Because our government said this is the enemy. I'm going to tell you what, Vietnamese people, I have nothing against anybody who's Vietnamese. Nothing. They've never done anything to me. They've never done anything to me. Why would I care what they do? Let them live their lives. Let them do what they want to do. Let them worship who they want to worship, all that kind of stuff. We need to be taking care of our business here in the United States. When we have, and I'm going to bring this up because it's like, the big thing in the news. It's all in the news. It's all in the news because they're pushing an agenda, of course, right? So what's all in the news? Mass shootings all over the place, right? But what are they not addressing? What are they not addressing? They're not addressing the mental health issue, which is causing a lot of these mass shootings. A lot of these people that realistically, does a rational person go, hey, you know what? I think today I'm going to go to the mall and I'm just going to start shooting people. Or I'm going to go to this event and I'm just going to start shooting people. A rational person does not do that. So there's more to it than, ooh, the gun, the gun, the gun. A lot more to it because I'll tell you what, there's a whole lot of gun owners out there. And, you know, They're not out there on a day-to-day basis shooting up everybody. They're not. You know why? Because they're using their brain. They're not all jacked into whatever is, out there. Here's somebody had made a great comment, and I wanted to talk about this really quickly. They said, "How come and there's a lot of YouTubers, folks. So I'm not crying the victim and I'm not playing the victim in any way, shape, or form. What do we got? 580 in the chat. We're at 193 on a thumbs up. Guys, if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, let me ask you to do that, please, to show for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. Again, it really does make a big, big difference with the algorithms. And I thank you for that reason as well. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. Okay, so I'm not playing victim here, but YouTube's been screwing with me for about 6, 7 months now, and they've been screwing with a lot of other channels for the same amount of time. And there's a lot of games going on. So as YouTube continues to go against content creators, but who do they not go against? Trolls are out there in full force, right? They're always going to be out there making all kinds of hateful comments and saying all kinds of hateful things. Do they do anything about them? Nope. What about the porn bots, right? The porn bots, we got hit with them pretty bad for a while. And I kept having to go in and block, block, block. If you report them to YouTube, guess what happens? Nothing. Because I used to report, trolls, right? Used to report trolls. They don't do anything about it. Not a thing. Nope. Just let them keep doing whatever they do. And that's fine, right? And so we have to deal with that. So I got really good with the block button in removing comments. If somebody's going to act like a jerk, I'm not going to have it. And it's not about, oh, well, this was constructive criticism. There's a big, big difference between I don't mind constructive criticism, and not at all. If somebody sees something that they think that they could do better, great. I'm all for it. Yeah, give me the advice. I love advice. The one thing I would encourage people not to do, to be honest with you, uh, I would encourage people not to go, you need to. Because guess what? No, I don't need to do anything. Now, I will tell you this. I wish I had the equipment. I wish I had a tractor to be able to take care of what I need to take care of down here. A tractor would be great for all kinds of projects, right? It would be fantastic to have. I don't have the money for a tractor. So, you do what you have to do. You do what you have to do. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm doing what I have to do. So if that means that I go up and I load up the truck by hand with a shovel and get gravel, then that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I can do right now. That's one, again, controlling what you can control, right? Again. So um but yeah, it's just it's amazing. Airlines finally admitted the glitch was caused by employees accidentally. The airlines. Let's touch on that. Let's touch on that. That's a great excuse, Randy Romines. That's a great excuse. Oh, it was a mistake that happened by the employees. Because let's think about this for a second. Let's say it wasn't a mistake by the employees, and I'm not saying it was, and I'm not saying it wasn't. But let's just speculate. Let's speculate and say that glitch that happened that grounded all those flights and nobody was flying. Let's say it was sabotage, or somebody hacking the system and all that type of stuff. Would you want to admit, as an airline or a bank or the pipelines, any of that type of stuff, would you want to admit that somebody got into your system and did damage to your system and caused problems? When people, especially like in airplanes, could that mean somebody could get control of the airplanes and crash them while you're in it? You'd get a whole lot less people wanting to fly in airplanes, wouldn't you? Now, like I said, again, I'm not saying that that's what happened, but it's always a nice excuse to come out with, no, no, it was nothing. It was a mistake. It was inconvenient. I love that. I love that. So we're going to talk about this really quickly too, and I do want to address this. What is going on with all these politicians having classified documents in their homes? What's going on with that? Why does Pence, Trump, Biden, let's not forget Hillary Clinton, who erased 30,000 emails. Nothing to see here, nothing to pay attention to, right? Um, why do these people have this type of dirt on others? Well, it wouldn't shock me, Lady Kickboxer. Yeah, Lady Kicks 36. Yep. Um, again, yeah, distraction, greed, uh, blackmail stuff. Who knows? I mean, I don't know. I just, but I find it amazing how easy. Let's think about this for a second. How easy it is for these people to get that information that they want and just take it home and have it in their house. You know, yeah, it's I find it very very interesting. All of it, all of it. Oh, and so did you see where they finally somebody, I don't know who did the releasing of it, the flight records to everybody who flew to the island, Epstein Island. Isn't that interesting? The names that are on that list, I find that amazing. Going down for a visit, Wanda Sykes. Here we go. Leonardo DiCaprio going down for a visit. Who's the? I'm trying to think of the other guy too. Love him as an actor. Love him as an actor. I'm trying to think. Oh my God, what's got accused of going after boys, young men. God, I can't think of that actor's name. No, it wasn't Tom. Yeah, Tom Hanks was on the list. Will Smith was on that list too. No, it wasn't Tom Hanks. It was Spacey. Yes, Kevin Spacey. Thank you. Yeah, you know, I don't think Kevin Spacey was going down there to see young ladies. No, no, no. So let's not remember, guys. And I don't. I'm not making light of this. Okay, I'm not making light of this. But it's not just young women that are victims in this situation. Not just young women that are victims in this situation. Young men too. And so, yeah, John Travolta was down there. It's a names of who's who of Hollywood and politicians and everybody else. Bill Clinton. Obviously, we knew that. We knew that he was down there. Uh, Prince, what? Prince Edward? Was it? No, no, not Prince Edward. Who was the one over there in the UK? God, I can't think of Andrew. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, Prince Andrew. Yeah, and he's been like shamed, obviously, because of that whole situation. It's just these people think that they can do whatever they want to do, and there's no ramifications for their actions. Well, dirty laundry has a way of finding its way to the surface eventually. It really does, and I'm sure Epstein was using a lot of that information to blackmail those people. I mean, look how much money he was worth. I mean, look how much money he had. So, yeah, Oprah was there. Yep, yep, you're right. She was on that list as well. Yeah, what was she doing there? Some of the women that were on the list that went there, I'm like, what were they doing there? You know what I mean? If it's like this sex island where people went to go and sleep with Ellen DeGeneres, yeah, well, we know what her flavor is, but that's okay. Thank you, Linda. Yes, it's pretty much, we all knew that already. But a lot of these people, yeah, Hillary, I think Hillary was on that list too. Yes. So, um, yeah, I don't know. It's amazing to me. Maybe some didn't know. Well, actually, let's think about this. And hey, Hunter guy, clearly there are some elite pedo ring, and being not fully prepared is really organized. A really organized group is better than being a lone wolf with all the food in the world. Just watch the post-event movie, The Road. Yes, exactly. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you very, very much for the statement as well. And yeah, being organized and being squared away, you can have all the stuff in the world. If you're by yourself, you're going to be in big trouble. That's just we've talked about that a lot. So yeah, so the road is a very realistic look at what can happen. It's a great movie, and in that movie, his wife committed suicide because she couldn't live in that type of world. A lot of people will do the same thing. They can't handle it. They won't be able to handle it, and so. But yeah, it's just it just I don't know. I think he's on a new island. Well, who knows? Who knows? I found that with what they said with what happened to Epstein, very suspect. I'm not saying that it didn't happen the way they said it happened. It's not what I'm saying. So I'm not trying to give any kind of false information. I just thought it was kind of ironic that the cameras just didn't happen to be working at that time. And I found it ironic that people that were watching him just so happened to not be watching him at that time. I find that interesting. So that's all I'm saying. Not speculating, saying anything, you know, anything like that. So, but again, with I'm going to tell you what it's what we keep hearing about. What we keep hearing about is Russia, Russia, Russia. You're not hearing anything about China. And I'm going to tell you what, and I've said this before too. Russia's not our enemy, folks. Russia is not our enemy. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what the politicians say. Russia is not our enemy. The ones that want to have total and complete control of the world and want their viewpoints and the social credit that's set up over there right now, and that's China. Look at the way that they treat their own people. Look at the way they treat their own people. If you remember, I don't know, maybe I'm just one of those people that I keep things and I remember things. When the whole pandemic thing started, and you had, well, yeah, look at what Iran is doing to their own people too. Absolutely, look at what they're doing too. You know, when you have people were coming out and going on social media and saying this is what's really going on here in China, what happened to those people? They disappeared. They're gone. And you can speculate. I can speculate and say, geez, I wonder what happened to them. But I'm going to tell you what, if you think, if you think stuff like that doesn't happen in the United States of America, you are delusional. You are delusional. If the government or people in charge want somebody out of the way or gone, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So, remember that we don't have no, we're not clean. We got blood on our hands, and I'm saying the United States, just like any other country in the world, just like any other country in the world. But again, they're a lot more locked down in places like Iran and in China. So a lot more locked down. But is that 50,000 here? Raven laughs in the U.S. Yeah, we have people disappear all the time, just gone. Did you see where the doomsday clock was? So many, yeah, 60 seconds to midnight. Yep. And again, you know what? I mean, these could be all, it could be all scare tactics to get us all terrified and afraid. And, you know, like I said, my big concern, I don't, if it went nuclear, then the lunatics are running the asylum. I will put it like that. If it went nuclear, then you know that the lunatics are absolutely running the asylum. It's. I don't think that's going to be the case because what do you win? Who wins? Nobody wins. Nobody wins in that situation. You. What do you got? Like maybe India sitting back. They're like I think they're almost as many people as China now. So if you have us and Russia go at it, and let's say China got involved, and we threw nukes all at each other, some of these other countries are going to sit back and they're just going to wait, and they're going to just do what they got to do then. But it's just it's not good. That would not be. That would not be a winning situation. It would not be a winning situation. So again, I personally believe we're definitely looking at something more of a grid down situation. And why would it be a grid down situation, right? Think about this. A grid down situation is controllable if you are the powers that be. So what do I mean by that? Well, you could make sure that nuclear power plants are not going to melt down, right? Making sure that that stuff is taken care of. Have small pockets where we have power, we have supply, can help you. So come on in. We're here to help, right? It's about control at the end of the day. They'll let us eat each other. There will be a huge die off. And again, if I'm in control, let's say I'm in control, and this is my agenda. I want to reduce the population, right? I want to take care of these things. Well, I mean, and let's look at it realistically. Who is a drain on my system? Who's costing me a tremendous amount of money, right? We have an aging population. We are not replacing our elderly with enough new people coming in. So that is a situation that we're not having that money. Every day, 10,000 uh, baby boomers are retiring. 10,000 a day, right? So, they're going to be a drain on the system. They're no longer productive, if you will, for the system. So they're a drain on the system. So we need to get rid of them. We need to get rid of all the compromised people, everybody that's got, any kind of major health issues that we have, working with the mentally retarded in the past. There's group homes like in New York State. There's group homes all over the place where that's funded by the government. That's how those people are there because their family didn't want to take care of them, so they gave them to the state, and so the state takes care of them. And so there's all these group homes. Well, those people would all be gone, right? All your people that are on ventilators, anybody that is compromised that way. Think about the people that are kicking around in electric wheelchairs, right? If they can't charge up the wheelchair and they can't do that, how are they getting around? What are they going to do? Who's out of bed with the lifts and stuff like that? If you have an electric lift, you're not getting those people into bed. So there's a lot of people out there that they would love to see gone. So if we have a controlled situation where it was a short period of time, and last 6-8 weeks of a grid down situation, and then we save the day, we save America because we're the government and we come in and oh, everything's going to be great now. Think about how many of those, a lot of those people would be gone. All your elderly, a lot of your elderly in those nursing homes would be gone because nobody would be taking care of them, folks. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody's going to be able, see, even if you were willing, let's say you were willing, because the families aren't coming because obviously they've dumped these people in nursing homes because they can't or won't take care of them. One of the two. Now I get it. Grandma's got dementia and she's wandering around and she's a danger to herself and others. Then she has to be in a facility. I get that. I understand that. But when you have some of these people that are just tough to take care of, and people don't want to do it, they just don't. They have their lives and it's a burden, and I don't want to. You know what I mean? I've seen it over and over and again. But I also have seen really great examples of families standing up and making sure that their loved one is taken care of at home. So that's a whole different thing. But we're going to go back to that nursing home scenario. If I'm in a nursing home and I'm working in this nursing home and all of a sudden we have a grid down situation, there's no supplies coming in, there's no meds coming in, the staff ain't coming in, they're going to be taking care of their own families. So even if you are a true believer and you feel like you've got to help these people, there's not going to be enough staff there to help. And I guarantee this management is going to be long gone, folks. They are not going to be there. Guaranteed. They're going to be gone because they don't get their hands dirty now. So why would they get their hands dirty then? And those people are going to die off in droves. There's nobody there to cook for them. There's nobody there to feed them. So, but, you know, your emergency rescue people, your ambulance crews, your police officers, they're not going to be out there. They're not going to be there. The firefighters are not out there. They're going to be taking care of their own families. So that's a reality. And that's what people need to realize that that's going to happen. And so, you would have a huge die off of a lot of people, a lot of people, a lot of compromised people. Now, you would also have people that are healthy, that are young, that are going to die off, right? Some from stupidity. We have a lot of stupid people out there, a lot of stupid people. You will have a lot of people die from lead poisoning. Fact. They're going to try to take things from the wrong people that they shouldn't be taking things from, and they're going to not be around very long. Your drug addicts. Let's talk about the drug addicts. They can't get their drugs. They're going to try to start breaking into homes, stealing from anybody that they can to find out whatever they can find, right? So again, they're not going to be around long, and so all those things, all those type of people that we keep around now, that we take care of, if you will, they're not going to be there, and they're going to be gone, and the stupid people will do what stupid people do, and they're going to be gone too. You will have, again, the biggest killer in a post event, and I've said this over and over and over again, so I hope you guys are listening and I hope you're preparing accordingly, is drinking unclean water, not purified water. You have to have some way of purifying that water to make sure it's drinkable so that you can have that. And dysentery is going to be the biggest killer in a post event, because you're going to drink tainted water, you're going to get diarrhea, and you're not going to be able to do anything to stop it because you don't have the medicine to stop the diarrhea, right? You can't get in enough fluids to replace the ones that you're losing, and you're going to be gone. Period. End of story. Lights out, party's over. All right. You're going to have people dying from hypothermia in the summertime. Hey, Karen, generators in hospital will eventually run out as well. How many healthcare workers will show up? That's another great point. And I will tell you, I know I've worked in several different hospitals. 3 days. They have enough fuel to run that hospital for 3 days. And even if you, from day one, cut it way, way, way back to minimal stuff, and again, will the hospital workers show up? Now, I want you to think what it takes to run a hospital. Let's talk about this a second. What does it take to run a? Is it just doctors and nurses and CNAs? Mm-mm. Nope. You have your cooking staff and your kitchen help. You have the people that are cleaning up, your janitorial staff. You have security. You have all these people that will, not be, will not be able to do anything about that. They're not going to be able to be there. They're not going to be, again, people are going to take care of their own families. So if you've just had your surgery that you needed to have, and you're in recovery and the lights go out, boy, good luck. Good luck. And it's scary. Realistically, that part of it is scary. But should we dwell on that? Should we be afraid and, oh my God? No, because realistically, what are you going to be able to do about it if it happens anyway? Nothing. Absolutely. Well, the one thing, again, that you do have control, if the grid goes down, we're not going to be able to control that. What we can control is what we're doing. Like, I was at Walmart the other day, and I'll give you an example. And they had it was like $300 for a solar system, battery not included, of course, but it's a backup power source. So a couple solar panels, the charge control inverter, and then you would plug that into your own battery that you're using, right? There's a power source, folks. You've got to be able to have, power. Hey, the Mark Montana. Welcome, welcome. Glad you joined us. You got to be able to have a power source. Without a power source, your batteries are going to run out. I don't care how many batteries you have, they're going to run out. Even if you have rechargeable batteries, if you don't have a way to recharge those batteries, they're not going to be any good. So, you're not going to be able, whatever gas that you have, think about this, okay? Bunch of us have generators, right? We all got generators. Great, wonderful, great to have the generators. But as soon as you run out of gas, that generator is worthless. It's worthless unless you have some way, unless you have some way to do a gasifying system to do it that way. Not a whole lot of people know how to do that or have the information to know how to do that. So again, no gas, no cars. you know, what like I said, what do you have that can help you? Do you have propane? Do you have kerosene lanterns, and do you have kerosene stocked up? I mean, when it comes to prepping, I mean, people think of the three big things, right? Bullets, band-aids, and beans. That's what they think about. So, you stockpile guns and ammo, you stockpile food, you stockpile a little bit of medical stuff, right? What about the rest of it? How much gas do you have on hand? How much do you keep on hand? Are you rotating your gas on a regular basis? You better be rotating. If you're not treating your gas, if you're not treating your gas, you better be rotating it every 6 months, because after that, then it starts to not be good anymore. So, uh, how much propane do you have on hand? Are you prepared that way? And again, what we all have to remember. So people will say, well, I don't care how much food you have and I don't care how much supplies you have. Eventually, you're going to run out. Exactly. Eventually, you are going to run out. And that's a fact. That is a fact. All right. Absolutely a fact. But the reality is this: if you have enough stuff set back and supplies ready, it's going to help ease that transition to a time when you don't have it. Because eventually you're going to run out of propane. I don't care how many propane tanks you have. Eventually you're going to run out of gasoline. Don't matter how much you have stored up. But what else you have available and what can you do? And are you planning? We got to remember this, guys. We're not going to be hunters in a post-apocalyptic world, because there's not going to be anything to hunt. We are going to be gatherers and we're going to be growers, and that's how we're going to survive long term. So, real quick, I want to remind everybody that's here right now. Where is that? We're doing a giveaway here in a few moments. This is the newest Ron Foster book that we're going to be giving away to the winner of the egg count. And that is happening. I should have mentioned it early in the stream, but I forgot. But we're going to be doing this giveaway here in a little bit. And this is Martha's Home for Wayward Preppers. All right. Ron Foster very graciously sent me a whole box of books. And while that box lasts, we're going to be doing giveaways during the live streams every week. And whoever guesses the egg count correctly is going to be winning one of these books. So that is the book we're giving away today. All right. So, and JJ just sent the link up there for Ron Foster. If you would like to see what other books he has and possibly get some of his book, JJ just put that link up there if you would like to check it out. All right. So, yes, get solar garden lights, hang them like torches on a wall. I actually have, like in New York, I have a case of solar lights that you basically put in the ground, like walkway lights, right? That you plug in, and it's all on solar, and it charges up during the day when it's sunny, and you can use them at night. I got them stashed away. They're just sitting there, just waiting, because they may be very handy at some point. Obviously, you would let it charge during the day. You'd bring it inside so you had some light in the evening, and then in the morning you'd put it back out again. So what are we at? 746 in the chat, guys. We're at 391 on the thumbs up. Again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel, and I do appreciate that. Again, it really makes a huge difference with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I appreciate it for that reason as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon. Hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. I'm going to show this again because this is something that I think is really important. So let me just say this right away. I have no affiliation with this product in any way. They're not paying me to talk about this product, but I think it's a great product to have. Okay. And this is from Rule King. It is a light. Let's see what they have on here. It is an LED work light. It has two modes, high and low, 1500 looms. It uses 6 AA batteries. All right. Now, if you have rechargeable batteries, that is a good thing. I picked up 4 of these. So pretty heavy duty. I can hang it this way. I can set it on the ground where it just sits like that, and I have that light. I'm going to turn this on for you guys again, so get ready to get blinded. There's the high setting. There is a lower setting. Okay. This is something that, in my opinion, uh, well, where's it? Where do you think it's made, Joe? Take a guess. Where do you think the light is made, Joe? Just take a shot in the dark. I'll give you one hint. It starts with the letter C. Where's everything made? Thank you. Yeah, China. Of course, it's made in China. But I think that this is an awesome light to have, especially if you have the ability to do rechargeable batteries. If you can recharge your batteries, yeah, Cuba, Miguel. That's I like that, Miguel. That's actually very, very funny. Um, Great thing to have. Again, this is something that I will definitely be utilizing once we get underground and we're starting to dig underground. Just, charge up the batteries at night, plug them in the morning when you're underground and you're digging and you do what you got to do. You got plenty of light. I have four of these. I picked up four of them. I actually am probably going to go back and I'm going to get more. I think these are awesome. Something that is real, real handy, good to have, and yeah, stuff made in China. Real, I know, shocking, shocking. But again, just be smart, be ready, do what you can. Your headlamps, if you got the headlamps and they're using the AA batteries, they're a great thing to have, but if those batteries run out and you don't have a way to recharge them, a small solar system that you can pick up for a couple $100, have a battery and be able to charge stuff up. Amazing how that would work, right? Obviously, that would be weather dependent, but that's definitely how that would go. All right, let us. So until I say, give me the egg count. Count. You put all your numbers up there, Duck. That don't matter what you put up there. Don't matter because I haven't said it yet. So all those answers are not going to count until I say so, and I will tell you when. So might as well just hold off. We are doing a giveaway. Baby Doll throws up 18x. Yeah, good luck with that one. I can guarantee this. I'm going to go. I'm going to make a shot in the dark and say that it's not 18. Just putting it out there. So anyway, we're giving away this book by Ron Foster. All right, this is Martha's Home for Wayward Preppers. All right, so that's what we're giving away today. If you win the egg count today, you need to shoot me an email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. JJ will throw that link up there. And if you win, send me your information and I will get this out to you. All right. So let's do the egg count starting now. Now give me your answers, folks. Man, answers are coming fast. All right. I'll give you guys a minute to get your guesses and we will go from there. So, again, while we're waiting, if you haven't shot that thumbs up yet, please do so to show support for the channel again. And thank you for that. I do appreciate it. All right. I think we are pretty good. If you had the same exact guess as Rhonda Henry, first time winner with one egg and no thick neck today, then you are absolutely correct. All right. So congratulations to Rhonda Henry. She is the winner. Rhonda, if you would send your information to me at preppernurse1@yahoo.com, I will get this book out to you. So congratulations, Rhonda, for having the correct guess. So see, sometimes when you get the egg count right, you're a winner of something. You're a winner of nothing. But because of Ron Foster sending me a whole box of books, we do have winners. So, all right. So, congratulations, Rhonda, once again. On Sunday, we will be doing another book giveaway. Just to remind you guys, until the books are gone, we're going to do every live stream until then. So, definitely take advantage of that. All right. So she also wins bragging rights until the next live stream. But I know she's a first time winner because I've never. Oh, Friday. Yeah, what am I thinking? Today's Wednesday. Gosh, Friday. Yeah, Randy Romines. Yes, Friday. I don't know. My brain is. I'm thinking today. for some reason, and I don't know why. But no, today's Wednesday. All right. Yes, Friday for the next live stream, and then obviously Sunday after that. So Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays we do the live streams, and we will continue to give books away. Um, you know, every winner should get an egg. I'd have to talk with Becky about that one. But anyhow, yeah, boy, eggs have gotten expensive. Holy crap. Holy crap, have they gotten expensive. Unbelievable. But going back to, the topic here, you know, with what's going on around the world, it is scary. And I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna tell you I'm not concerned because I absolutely am concerned. Absolutely am concerned. And with explain the doomsday clock. Loving life, it was a clock that was set up to say how close we are to destruction, nuclear war, and when things are calmer and people are not at each other's throats, the clock is at a lower level. When things are tense and there's a lot of tensions, it gets closer to midnight. Midnight being the 0 hour when things would go wrong. So that is how that works with the doomsday clock. So fire up the incubator, thick neck chicks. Yeah, that would be fun. I will tell you right now, I definitely want some of those kind of chickens down here. The yeah, like thick neck. Yeah, I definitely have to get some of those this spring. Rule King Tractor Supply, they will be loaded. Rule King has chicks year round. That amazed me. Tractor Supply only does it in the spring, but it is. But it's yeah, it's just crazy, crazy stuff going on. But panic is not the answer. Living in fear is not the answer. Being proactive is the answer. Putting yourself in the best situation that you could possibly be. So, the new series doing with prepping on $10 a week. So when do they give you the sex? I don't want roosters. You can pay extra on a mission for truth. You can pay extra for sex chickens. And even if you get, let's say you got a dozen chickens and they said, yep, they're all hens, right? Once in a while, you'll still get a rooster. That's how it goes. But if you're just getting a batch of 12 chickens, a lot of times you're paying less money for them. But a lot of times, what ends up happening is you may end up with six roosters and six hens. Well, you don't want six roosters. So, you know, you may end up with eight hens and four roosters. You don't want four roosters. The most amount of roosters that you're going to want to have in a flock is two. And the only reason you would have two is that your backup rooster. That's, kind of how that goes. So, but it's scary because there's two Russias off the west coast by Hawaii and Alaska, all the east coast in North Carolina, and one by Florida. Something going on. And what about China? There's things always going on. There's always going to be subs out there. They've been out there for years and years and years, patrolling the waters, waiting for their orders to do what they need to do. That happens all the time. They're always out there. That is true. I think things are being amped up, and it is. Is it scary? Sure, it is. I mean, who knows? What is their intention to get as close as they can and then get enough ships in an area and then launch an attack? Hard to say. Hard to say. Uh, but nobody wins in that situation, folks. Nobody wins. Nobody wins because if they attack us, we attack them. They wipe us out. We wipe them out. And what is there to conquer? Let's. I'll give you an example. So there's a nuclear attack in New York City. You're not going into New York City. There's nothing to claim. There's nothing to take over. It would be radiation nightmare for a long, long time, and you wouldn't be going in there. It's not like you're going to be rushing down there to help out in New York City. You wouldn't want to. You sure don't want radiation poisoning, and you don't want to die that death. So you know, again, the more plausible thing, like I said again, and I keep saying this, and I'm going to continue to keep saying this, uh, don't be shocked if we have a grid down situation because it serves the same purpose as a nuclear attack because we'll eat each other. I've said it over and over again. And some of you may say, oh, no, we wouldn't do, we would band together and we would work together. No, we won't. Some of us will. Some of us will. Yes. Let me rephrase it. Some of us will. And those of us that have planned to come together and work together, that's exactly what we are going to do because we want to survive. That's why we are doing what we do right now, right? All of you that live in those small towns and think that everybody's going to come together and the neighbors that you really don't know, you may see them here and there and you give them a wave, they'll cut your throat to take what you have. And if you don't think that's the case, go without food for a couple weeks and then go ahead and do a nice barbecue cookout in the backyard and see what happens. And I'm not saying that to be facetious. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm just saying is if you take away the creature comforts that we have in this country, we have not suffered. We have not suffered. And so you put that into a situation where people are unprepared, they've never suffered, they've never had to sacrifice, it's going to get ugly in a hurry. And if somebody thinks that you have something, they're going to try to take it. Yeah, people are already crazy. Live your life. That's a good point. This is what I say to people, and I want you to think about this. Look what we do to each other with rule of law. Look what we do to each other now. People are killing each other every day. Uh, Jealousy, pettiness, coveting something that somebody else has. It happens every single day. Stealing, the drug abuse, child abuse, domestic violence, both ways. Okay. These things happen every day right now with rule of law. What do you think is going to happen? And let's be realistic. What do you think is going to happen when there is no rule of law? When there's no rule of law, when there's no consequences for your actions, meaning that nobody's coming to arrest you. If you go and that neighbor that you couldn't stand for 10 years that's been driving you crazy, and you whip his butt and beat him to a bloody pulp and he's laying in his yard, there's nobody coming to arrest you, right? Nobody's coming. So think about it. When there are no consequences for your actions, it changes the perspective of stuff. And probably you're not going to beat him. You're probably just going to go over there and shoot him because you didn't like him anyway. Because who's going to do anything about it? I had to laugh. I had to laugh. Somebody had one time, and I had made this comment, and I said when SHTF happens, if somebody came around trying to loot and steal my stuff, I'm going to hang them up in a tree with a sign on them that says looters will be dealt with or whatever. You know what I mean? And somebody's like, oh, well, when law and order was restored, you would go to jail. No, no, you wouldn't because everybody's doing the same exact thing. It's not like how somebody's out there on social media going, did you see what Prepper Nurse One did? Look at he hung this guy in a tree because he tried to steal his stuff and take away from his group and hurt his family. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care. And there's nobody coming later on down the road to arrest anybody. So just be realistic. That's my thing. You know what I mean? Just be realistic. Now, to avoid being hung around me or my property, don't come and try to steal from me. That's very simple. That's a very powerful message. If you hang somebody up in a tree and say looters will be dealt with, right? It's going to give people a whole new attitude to think about what am I going to do and what am I not going to do. You're mistaken. There will be immediate consequences without rule of law. Right. Warlord TV, you're right. Immediate consequences. Immediate. And dealt with in the hardest and most severe way. You're right. You better have some kind of a code. You better have some kind of group of people that are on that same page. They're on the same page as you. And I will tell you what, like what I've said to my group, and I will tell you what I've said to my group. Okay, SHTF happens. We are not going out and raping and robbing people. We're not doing that because if we have prepared accordingly and smartly and have been ready with enough time, if we get enough time to do what we need to do, there's no reason for us to do anything like that. If I caught somebody in my group raping somebody, I will tell you, as God is my witness, I would put him down myself because I'm not going to have that. Not going to have it. There's no reason for that. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. So, like I said, so again, buyer beware. If you want to be part of my group and, and do what we're going to do down here, don't have those kind of intentions and think you're going to be part of what we're doing. Because if you're caught, you'll be dealt with. Simple as that. And that's not a threat. That's not me trying to be a tough guy. I don't think that there's any reason ever for anything like that to happen. And that's just strictly my opinion. And I want people that are on that same mindset, that same path that I'm on, that, we want to survive. We want to help people to survive. And we want to be around like minded people that have the same thought process that we have. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So let me just before we're gonna do shout outs here in a second. I just want you guys to realize something, okay? When that post event happens, and it's a matter of when, not if. Okay, that's you know, there's no debate on that. There's going to be a tremendous amount of people that need help. They're going to need help, especially like I said again, when you have 93% of the people that are not prepared for a 2 week disaster. That's a whole lot of people that are going to need help. So they're going to try to gravitate towards people that are going to offer that help. There's going to be that safety in numbers. Why would you not put yourself in a situation where you are with a group of people ahead of time? I can't fathom that. I don't understand that. Because if I know that I have this group of people, and here's the thing that I also know, we will end up with people in this group that we had no idea that we're going to be in this group. I'm going to tell you that right now. I already know that as well because people are going to need help. They're going to. But if we have a good core group of people with the right moral compass, I guess is the right word, that we're all on that same page, that we're not out there looking to do any thrill killing. We're not looking out there to rape anybody. We're not looking out there to hurt anybody or hurt children. Um, you know, that's what it's all about. And somebody just made a great comment. Many hands lighten the load. Yeah, Raven Laughs just said that, and you're right. If you have a bunch of people working together, it makes things so much better. All right, so we're getting ready to do shout outs again. We're at 715 in the chat. We're at 501 on the thumbs up. Let's shoot for 600 just because we got about 20 minutes to go. Let's see if we can hit 600 thumbs up before we jump off of here tonight. So again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to please ask you to do so to show support for the channel. And thank you very much ahead of time. And also, it really makes a big difference with the algorithm. I was reading a comment, sorry. Big difference with the algorithms as well. So I thank you for that reason. Last but not least, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for that as well. All right. So first one, Icky Can up in Canada, really good guy, very, very down to earth, doing a great job up there. Please give him some support. Go check out his channel. JJ will throw his link up there for you guys. We have Angry Prepper down in New York City with Jason. Jason is an awesome dude. Straight up, and that's what I like about him. He just says it like it is, and that's awesome. So love Angry Prepper. You have Alaska Prepper up in Alaska with Rudy, another really good guy, very down to earth as well. You have Alaska Granny up there. Also, you have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance, two different channels. Same guy, really good stuff, really good information. Check him out as well. You have Demcad, another good guy. He moved, got away from the cities. Smart move to do that. You have Corporal's Corner. There's Bjorn Hansen. You have 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. There is Bizarriza Jizza who does the Carrington Chronicles. Really good series, a lot of good information with that if you listen to that series. You have Marfugal News with Adam and Dax out on the West Coast. Great channel, good guys, very down to earth as well. You have Magic Prepper in North Dakota. There is Wrangle Star. That's Cody. Really good information on his channel. He gives those small tips. I think it's really, really good. I like what he's doing. You have Red Poppy Ranch. There is Survival Lily. You have Kyle's Cabin. You have Kyle and Sierra doing their thing up in Minnesota. Really nice young couple. Check them out as well. You have Bush Radical and Girl in the Woods, husband wife team, uh, splitting their time between Michigan and Alaska. A lot of great information with what they're doing and showing you how to do things. There is Green Greg's. You have Southern Prepper One. There is Gray Man Prepping. You have St. Bernard Acres with Joe. There is Doug and Stacy, another good channel. A lot of great information on their channel as well. So definitely check them out. The Nomadic Movement down in Panama. You have the Green Dream Project out in Arizona. You have Camping with Steve Wallace, also up in Canada. Really good guy, does stealth camping just for fun. A lot of very entertaining. Definitely check that out. Bush Doctor Survival. There is Monkey Works. We have the Needy Homesteader, another good channel. A lot of good information on her channel. You have Boss of the Swamp. He's been around a very, very long time. Check him out. Really good guy as well. A lot of good information on his channel. Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project. Diamond is a very, very nice guy, very, very smart guy. Listen to what he's talking about. He really, really knows what he's talking about. You have Patera with the Appalachian Homestead. There is City Prepper, Lumen Acres, Suspicious Observer, Bear Independent, The Uneducated Economist. You have Bushcraft Bear and the Canary Islands in La Palma. Mary Greeley News giving you all the latest on the earthquakes and the Yellowstone activity. Adapt 2030. You have Malachi's Corner. There is Ice Age Farmer. If you're going to get your weather, there's only one guy you should be getting your weather from, and that is Ryan Hall Y'all. Definitely check him out. He does a lot of good stuff, gives back to the community. Really good guy. You have Russell Brand. Love Russell Brand because he gives you the information. He lets you make the decisions on what you think. He doesn't tell you what to think. He tries to just guide you and show you here it is. Make your own decisions, and I think that that is a good thing. Deep South Homestead, The Outsider, The Fit Farmer. We have Prep Rebel, Simple Life Reclaimed. There is Townsend's, The Prepared Mind, who is no longer in California. Somebody is saying he's in Florida. Somebody else said he's in Mississippi. I know he's out of California. I don't know where he's at, though. You have Pinball Preparedness down in Tennessee. There is East Tennessee Preparedness, the Economic Ninja, in Little House Off Gritty, a nice young couple that is also in Tennessee. So there's a lot of good information out there, guys. There's a lot of good channels all over the place with a lot of interesting information. We are really a small community, and I think we should be supporting each other instead of fighting and hating on each other. I think that is the stupidest thing that you can possibly do. Now, are there channels out there that I don't like? That is correct. There are channels out there that I don't like. I just don't talk about them. That's how I decided to do that. I'm not going to bash anybody. I don't think that that is helpful in any way, shape, or form. And it's stupid. It doesn't accomplish anything. So there's certain channels that I will not shout out anymore. And that's simple. That's exactly the way I'm going to do that. So, but anyway, just there's a lot of good information. And again, I do believe we should be supporting each other. Oh, Green Greg's is in the chat. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna tell you what. Go to Green Greg's channel again. Check him out. A lot of good information. Again, another very smart man. He knows what he's talking about. Yeah, there he is. He's right there. But he knows what he's talking about. Knows a lot about gardening as well. So listen to him for some gardening tips. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. So, and Well, yeah, there's guys. I'll tell you, the information that is available to us now while we have the web is amazing. We have so much information out there that we can utilize, that we can look at, that's going to make our lives better. And so I really think we should do that. I really do. So we're still at 579 in the chat. We're at 551. We want 49 more thumbs up, guys. Let's hit that 600 number before we jump up there. Don't forget about Warlord TV in West Virginia. Well, there you are. Okay, you gave yourself a shout out, and there you go. Uh, Maybe get a treat for Hella from me. Well, thank you, Troy. I'll tell you what I'll do. I will get her some dog bones. I'll go to the grocery store and I will get her some bones. So thank you very much for the donation, and I'll thank you for Hella's sake because she will enjoy them. So I definitely will go get some for her. So thank you very much for that. Guys, I'll tell you, all we just, like I said, again, control what you can control, do what you can do to put yourself in the best possible situation for survival. So how do we do that? Let's talk about some nice, easy, simple steps. You start prepping, set yourself a budget that you can reasonably do to put preps away on a weekly, monthly basis. Weekly's better because you can just go out each week and say, okay, this is how much I have to spend. This is what I can do. Do that to start with. If you can do it, and I would highly encourage you to do this if you can, get out of the cities. Get out of the cities. If you are in the cities, get out of there. That is a death trap in a SHTF situation. You know, $10 a week. Anybody can do $10 a week. Anybody can. Um, you know, you can collect cans, bottles and cans. If you live in a state, I'm just going to use this as an example, guys. It's real simple, real simple. If you live in a state that has a bottle and can return law, New York State has that. I saved all my bottles and cans. We take them in and turn them in. Heather's obviously still doing that. The amount of people that throw away those nickels is a $5 deposit on bottles and cans. Oh, yeah, she's just chilling. I've been getting her out more, so she's getting a lot more exercise, and so she's just by the time the nighttime comes, she's tired. So that's what happens with Hella. But yeah, it's just you know that alone. Collect bottles and cans. Simple, easy. Yeah, Michigan's 10 cents, right? Whispering Pines. Yep, Michigan's 10 cents. So um, collect those bottles and cans. Easy way to collect money to prep, and you're not missing anything. What's it going to take? Some of your time? Oh my God, how terrible. And you might actually get out and get a little exercise. What, heaven forbid you do that. Might take away from TV time or phone time. So Maine is 10 cents as well. Awesome sauce. Yeah. So, all right, let's do this really quickly. Philip is going out here. He's already doing, he knows where we're at. Let's see. Let's 25 away from 600 on a thumbs up. Let's keep that going. We are Legion. We are many. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. Philip is pushing me, guys. Philip is being pushy. Where's everybody from tonight? So we're going to go with Philip first from Melbourne, Australia. Okie Forge in Nowhere, Oklahoma. I love that name still. Dayton, Ohio with Rhonda. Inverness, Florida with Clyde in the house. Bellevue, Nebraska with Deborah. Uh, Lady Kicks is in Arkansas. Ulster Park, New York with Francine. St. Augustine, Florida. Florida again. Middle of Michigan. Oregon with Lori. Fort Worth, Texas. Western New York. Olympia, Washington. BC, Canada. We have Alaska in the house with Raven Lass. Troutman, North Carolina with Troy. Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Athens, Texas. We got Alabama in the house. Bulldog, Minnesota with Papa's in the house. Southwest Virginia. Adam, Kentucky with Don. Belfast, Northern Ireland with Sharon in the house. Glad you're here. Thanks for staying up late. Greetings from Louisiana. Littleton, New Hampshire. Utah's in the house. New York. Salt Lake City, Utah. Erin, Tennessee. Campbell, Missouri. North Hollywood, California. Mercenburg, Pennsylvania. We have Texas with Jay. Macedonia, Michigan with Valerie. West Virginia with Jose. We have Chino Valley, Arizona, San Jose, California with Lorenzo, Birdsboro, Pennsylvania with Melissa, Morning Light in West Virginia. We have Janita out of Idaho. Sorry. Uh, there is Virginia is in the house, and that's Ron Foster. Westchester, Virginia. Findlay, Pennsylvania with Susie. New York City with Sharon. Let's see. Erin, Tennessee with Jay. Waterloo, New York with Sharon. Montana once again. Bumstead, Florida. South Georgia with Raymond. Warlord TV in West Virginia. Appalachia Junction, Arizona with Shirley's in the house. We have Georgia once again. Reed City. Mansalona, Dawn. Okay. I'm trying to read them quick, so it's this kind of happens. Dayton, Ohio with Luke is in the house. Highlands Ranch, Colorado with Amy. St. Augustine, Florida with Diane. Gillette, Pennsylvania with Gator Red. St. Louis, Missouri. So again, guys, all over the country, all over the world, we are a huge network of people. We're the ones that can make a difference now. We got the Red Maple Grove from Huntsville, Alabama. Uh, Mr. Family First in Chicago. Martinsville, Indiana. Central Iowa with Robert. Winchester, Virginia. Very nice. So again, we're all over the place. We're a huge network. We're a huge group of people that are getting ready, that have been doing it for a while, and I think it's important that we do that and that we try to work together, try to get as organized as we possibly can. Fort Wayne, Indiana. So Churchville, New York. I know exactly where that is, Kathy. Been through there many times. My old stomping grounds in that area. How cold is it at the New York homestead? Mary, I think they got like 7 inches of snow today. Becky told me. Yeah, so they got about 7 inches of snow. So it's definitely, and it's always funny too because of the elevation difference from town to the homestead. It's always colder and more snow up at the homestead than down in town. So, all right. Um, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Really appreciate what you do for me, ladies and gentlemen. It is awesome. And I want to thank you for doing what you do. It means a lot to me. It really, truly does. I want to thank all you guys for being here. I love these chats. It really makes a big difference. And I think it's fun. We share information and hopefully people learn something. And I think that that is important too. Even if you're just picking stuff up in the chat. What do we at 5.99? We need one more thumbs up, guys. One more thumbs up for 600. Uh, so anyway, guys, I want you all to remember that we truly are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. As soon as we can ever figure that one out, we truly will be in much better shape. We have to stop letting them divide us. And they use race, they use religion, they use political affiliation, they use the vaxxed and the unvaxxed. These are all games that are being played, you know, to as tools to fight against us. We have to come together as human beings and realize that what we can accomplish, we don't need these people telling us how to live our lives and what we should be doing. We should be, taking care of our own stuff and taking care of each other. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important. Michelle said, I knew I hit the thumbs up and rang the bell. Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And welcome aboard. So, also, guys, again, last but not least, the most important one STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you are trying to do, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from achieving your goals is you. That's it, nobody else. You know, don't listen to negative people telling you what you cannot accomplish, telling you what you cannot do. You can do anything that you set your mind to. Remember that. That is important. So just keep doing what you can. Take care of your business, and you're going to be just fine. You know, don't be a victim. That's what I'm going to tell you more than anything else. Don't be a victim. All right. Okay, folks, I am jumping off for now. I will see you all for the next live stream on Friday, 8 o'clock. Be there or be square. All right. We'll be doing another book giveaway on Friday. So I will see you all then. I hope everybody has a great day. Prepper Nurse One out for now.